The term adventure can be defined as an experience or undertaking that is typically bold in nature and often involving unknown risks. To seek adventure is to wander into the unknown, leaving your comfortabilities behind so that you may welcome new experiences, challenges, and growth. Adventure often leads the wanderer to find a better version of oneself. My name is Zach, my wife is Tracy. We, along with our Siberian Huskies, are the Sunshine State Vikings. We are Florida-based adventurers seeking to do more of what we love while exploring the craft of sharing our story. This is our tale of adventure found in our own backyard along the Florida Adventure Trail.
What's up, everyone? We hope you've been well. Thank you for joining us for day 3 of our Florida Adventure Trail series. Today we're picking up right where we left off on day 2 in the Ocala National Forest. If you haven't been following along, be sure to check out our day 1 and day 2 videos of this series. For those of you that have been following along, we'd just like to give you a little update. Shortly after we got back from day 2, we did receive an updated route that we believe makes the portion of the Ocala National Forest a little more manageable, as it removes some of those tight trails that ended up taking us a long time to get through.
And lastly, before we get going here, we'd like to point out that there have been quite a few changes to the truck, both in setup and camping gear. And that's all part of accommodating our third and newest Husky, Kuma. As he starts to get bigger, he's 35 pounds now, so I'm sure the Huskies are appreciating the space that we've made. We wrapped up some of those changes just this morning, making our start today a little later than we would have liked, but we're still gonna have a great day on the trails. Also, everything was fine with the damage on our setup. The tent opened up just fine. There was actually just a little bit of damage to the Diamondback, the rack that's holding on the tent, but everything is all good with the setup, so we're happy about that. We were able to get that strap put back together, and being that we're having a late start today, we are really eager to get going on the trail, so let's see where we can make it today. The plan for today is to wrap up a pretty small section of Ocala that we've got remaining here. Then we're going to get on some back roads and make our way over to Richloam, the first tract of the Withlacoochee State Forest that the route puts you on. Despite our late start today, we're still hoping that we can get to camp at a pretty decent time. Day 1 and 2, we had some pretty long wheeling days, and for this weekend, we're kind of hoping to have some more time at camp. Big snake crossing the trail here. I think that's a water moccasin, but I don't want to get close enough to try to find out. now that we're in Richloam, the first of the Withlacoochee tracks that we're gonna be going on, you've got Richloam, Croom, Citrus. They're all pretty close together. We're gonna take the opportunity to air down to about 20 psi. Nice little conservative middle ground for just a smoother ride on trail and not too bad on the tires, trying to drive the in-betweens with that slightly lower air pressure. So we're gonna get that taken care of, and we'll get right back on the trails here. And with that out of the way, we are on the Richloam portion of the F.A.T. We have a lot of experience wheeling out here in Richloam, and we definitely have a love-hate relationship with this place. It is a very beautiful area, but it's also a treacherous wheeling area. On some of the side trails, you can find a lot of water and a lot of thick mud. It looks like most of the route is on the main trail system of Richloam, so it looks like we're in for a pretty fun day out here. There is one hard trail listed, and being that we know what a hard trail can entail and that we got a late start and all that, we're gonna just bypass that one and just stay with the main portion of the route. Also, we are here about a month after Hurricane Ian has come through. I'm surprised I don't see more downed trees, but we did see quite a few in Ocala, so probably bound to be a good amount of water still hanging out in this area. But we're both excited to be here, and we've got some good wheeling ahead of us for today. Well, in classic Zach fashion, I have misjudged a little bit as to how much time we had available and the amount we were trying to get accomplished for today. We were hoping to be able to get through Richloam and Croom, but we're only about 3/4 of the way through Richloam now, and the sun is already setting. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna try to wrap up the rest of Richloam. The sun will probably have set by the time we finish off the last bit of it. But after that, we're gonna make our way over to our camping arrangements for the night, which we've picked up a site at Holder Mine in Citrus Wildlife Management Area. We were hoping to be able to pick up a site over at Hog Island in Croom, which is a little closer. But when we were trying to check out with that campsite, there was a notice saying that there were no pets allowed. We're thinking it has something to do with we're just a couple weeks away from hunting starting up. But Holder Mine is one of our favorite campsites, so we're just going to make our way onto there, and then on day 4 we will double back to where we left off here in Richloam, and we'll carry on day 4 from that point. So we just made our way past the historic Richloam General Store and Post Office. It's a pretty iconic part of Richloam here, and it is worth a stop. Getting the opportunity to check out the store there. They have some odd hours, so look into that while making your plans for Richloam. But for now, it looks like we've just made our way into the last little loop here of Richloam, and we've lost about all of our light. So this may be a little interesting here. So this last little section of Richloam was actually not very thrilling. It was just a very nice little stroll through some thicker portions of Richloam here. It's got like a spooky little vibe for this night ride here. Got the half crescent moon peeking out over the canopy. It's a little thicker than normal. The woods on the side, and there's some vines hanging down over the trail every so often. You got to take this section a little slower. It's pretty rough in the sense of there's like a lot of dips, so you kind of can't carry a fast pace through this, especially at night. But it was just a really nice little slow night stroll. But we're pulling up to the roadway here where we're going to be headed off to the campsite. We will see you there.
We ended up getting to camp a lot later than expected, around 9 p.m. Since then, we've gotten camp set up. Zach's made these BLTs we're really looking forward to eating. And I've been hanging out with the dogs in our new setup. We're exploring a lot of the changes that we made in order to accommodate our third husky, and we're just seeing how all of that works out.
It's been working out pretty well. We've made a couple decisions also while here at camp. We've decided we're going to bail on the trail for the weekend. We intended to camp on Saturday and do another trail day on Sunday. But what we've come to realize, being that we left off so far back, that it's going to work out better if we actually leave what we have remaining of the Withlacoochies for the next weekend that we come out. It's just going to be a little better to put all of that together that way. So we're just going to enjoy the rest of the time we have here at camp, like we've been enjoying our time tonight. We're going to spend a little time in the morning, hang out, and just enjoy our time. And we'll see you guys back on the next weekend. We're out here for day 4 when we go back to finish off Croom and come back out here to Citrus to finish off the Withlacoochies.
As always, thank you for watching, do more of what you love, and we hope to see you on the next one.
To learn more about us and find out ways to help support the adventures, visit our website, sunshinestatevikings.com. And to keep up with our adventures, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Sunshine State Vikings.